Hey, hey, come and make my nails with me. We used acrylic and cheapy $5 Amazon nails, and we have a cute set of fun nails. So we're going to see how long they last. Hey, I lost 180 pounds on a low carb diet, but this time we are doing our nails. Come on. Hello. So this is not a tutorial. This is Terry is experimenting, and some of you all have asked how I do my nails. Well, I'm going to do my nails in a way that I have not done my nails before, but I've been kind of seeing videos about online, on the TikTok, on the YouTube. So we are going to do it ourselves. And I actually wrote out directions so I could follow along. And I'm going to set something on it just to kind of mark where I'm at. So here, I'll use this pin so that way I don't lose my spot. So first off, you got to take off your previous nails. Okay, that's good. Next up, you figure out what nails you're going to use, and I've got some, and you match up your nails to those nails. So, give me a minute here. Get all these lined up. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to let you all go for a second while I go ahead and line these up so that I can see this everything, and then I'll get you a better view. Hang on just a second. So what I've done is I've just laid them all out. This is a set that has, they're kind of a fall style. I like the fall color. And then there's some that have flowers on them. So the way I've done it is I find one for each finger. And my right hand doesn't match my left hand. So I just kind of pick up and try. And when I get one, I'll show you what I look for. What you're wanting is for it to go from one side wall to the other side wall, but you don't want it to be too big or too little. I feel like that one might be a little too big, so you're just gonna have to go in each one and check them out. That one's gonna be too small. So what I tend to do is I keep the little plastic thing that it comes in, and then I just go through and and no, that's definitely too small. I just go through and work until I find one. Sometimes they'll be grouped together, like that was two together. So I do push them down. I know they say don't push. I do push them down. So give me just a second. I'll find the ones and I'll show you how they should fit. Y'all, I done had 3 phone calls, so we have missed a lot, but I got them set out, and I actually, I had to take I just got this in today. We'll talk about that later. Okay, so match up new nails. So you want to make sure you match up. Some of my fingers ain't the same from one side to the next, but you just slide it on there and make sure it's not overhanging. And if you have one that's a little bit wide, like this one, the corners of it are a little wide, so I'm going to go. It's like it doesn't round quite as much for my nail. So now it just slides right on really well. So I have done my nails, and I'm going to check each of them again. I'm not a professional, so I don't have a good angle for this. Let me see about this. So anyway, let me just check the corners here. Again, my nail bed is a little more round than these, so don't be afraid to give a little file as you need to. These like I said, these had different, just these maroon, I don't know what color you call that, maroon color, and then these fun I don't know, designs. So I'm doing the designs on my ring finger and my pointer finger, and I had to make sure I had the same designs. Last time I didn't. Sometimes I'm such a knucklehead. But anyway, so, okay. So once you get your nails hold her, Newt. Let me take these corners off again. It doesn't take much so these are a cheapy set that I got on Amazon. They're like $5. But these are the cheapy kind, not the fancy, not the real fancy kind. And I'll tell you what I learned about how to make these. But these are thick. And they actually have the right curve. So, you know, I'm excited about them. I am going to be cutting them way down just so we know this up front. And by the way, I do have, see how that's on there? I do have one dog who thinks we should go to bed. So he is going to be pacing, so ignore that. And let me see it up this way. All right. So you line them up. Next up, you take a Q-tip and put a small amount of acetone on the inside of each of the nails. So I'm going to go ahead and flip them over. If I'd have paid attention, I'd have done that already. But I have these lined up for which hand they'll go on. And you want to do it at the part that's at your base. Now, not a lot. So the logic behind this, you can do multiple things or different ways. If you have a file, like a drill, then you could use a drill. I have a drill, but I don't want to use a drill. This is faster. You just take it, and you got to be careful. Don't get it really out around the edges, because then it's acetone, so it'll take the polish off of the tip. So, but what this is doing right here is you're etching. You're causing it to have a little etch because acetone dissolves the nail, the plastic. So what we're doing is we're etching. We're creating a little bit of etches, kind of like how later on we're going to buff our nails a little bit. You're actually doing that inside the plastic nail, and that helps it stay better. I'm telling you, I've been down all these rabbit holes, and I figure since I'm going to try this for the first time, I'm bringing you all along with me. This may take 5 hours, but we're going to do it together. All right, so we've etched our little jobbers, and I'll try to remember to put a copy of what I'm saying here in the thing. Okay, cuticle prep. I've got some cuticle remover. That's the one I have. I bought it on Amazon. Never used it before a day in my life, so it may be awful. But I saw where they... Oh, come on now. Okay. I saw where they just put like, just a little... Dadgum, that comes out fast. A little drop on the back of each of your cuticles. And they talk about how they let it sit there for about 30 seconds. And then you start pushing your cuticles back. Because what happens is... I already did my cuticles a little bit at work, but what happens is you have some overgrowth of the cuticle skin that gets on the very back of your nail beds. So you want to take your pusher and push it back. And so you just take it and push it back, and you want to scrape off as much of that like skin that's adhered to your nail as possible, because in doing that, what you're doing is giving yourself a full nail bed without all that cuticle skin. And I do this one. Like I said, today I took my nails off at work, and I had my trash can beside me, and I was just chomping away at them. So after I got done, I took I use my tweezers a lot. And so what I do a lot of times, where's my tweezers? Hang on, I'll show you. I'll show you what I did today. Well, maybe I won't show you. Come on, Tare. I don't know where my tweezers are. But anyway, I usually take the edge of the tweezer and I just kind of scrape around there. And there's a good sharp edge on tweezers. So now I am going to do that a little bit here, just to kind of make sure I got it all. Give me just a second. Okay, so like I said, I'm just kind of going through and scraping off any extra skin. Like I said, I don't have the good setup for the camera. Just know that I'm doing this kind of thing right here. And I'm just scraping across my nail and getting it all off there. I'm just getting that dead skin off there. All right, now I'm hot. So we did our cuticle prep. Next, we have to rough up our nail beds. And we do that with the file. So you can take your file. Let me see, it might need to come up just a hair. All right. So some people use a drill bit. I don't do that. I take a file and I make sure to get all the way out to the edge of my nail. And all you're doing, you are not taking off nail surface. You are just taking off that shiny. You're not doing hard, not doing a lot. See, you're just roughing it up. Compare. me see. Let me compare those two. Hopefully you can tell. This one isn't as shiny and that one is shiny. I know, I can't line them up straight. There you go. So you're just taking the shine off of your nail. So you just kind of, but make sure you get around those edges because you need that to be roughed up too. So don't just do the center of your nail. So now I'm going to do the rest of these. All right. Now see how they're just kind of roughed up and there's a little white dust on them. So now we have to dust off our nails. Well, here, that's good. And this is just a dry thing. And what we're going to next, we're going to take alcohol. So the point of the alcohol is to sanitize your nail. It kind of helps, you know, if there's any bacteria or fungus, and make sure you get all around the cuticle area. You just want to make sure getting everything cleaned out in there because you're about to lock it in with glue. So you want to make sure now listen, there are fancy wipes that don't have lint and you just get whatever's going to work for you. So you know me, I ain't fancy. Well, if you don't know me, hi, I'm Terry and I ain't fancy. So you rub all the nails with cuticle oil or with the alcohol. Okay, next I just want to show you, these are all the nails that don't fit. Some people save them and then in the future they file them down to be a smaller nail, which that's cool. I ain't doing it. I might save the pretty ones. I think that might be fun. Maybe going forward, save all the, like anything that's a little bit different because those could fit different nails. So I might just start a something. I don't know. We'll see. But let me move this over here out of the way. We're getting close to needing my brush. We're going to need, by the way, my nails, these nails, again, they came from Walmart or Amazon. They come with a little baggie. It has an alcohol pad. It has a stick pusher. And it has a little file. And mine came with sticky tabs. This set did not come with glue. Some come with glue, some come with sticky tabs. So this particular set, again, is just a cheapy little set. It came with sticky tabs. Next up, acetone. 100%, hang on, let me get up here. 100% pure acetone. I got mine from the Walmart. Some people get their stuff from Sally's, from Amazon. You go with what makes you feel best. I'm going to put the lid on it so I don't knock it over because I am that person. So now we're doing the same thing. So where the alcohol sanitized your nail, this acetone is dehydrating your nail. If you have oily nail beds, then what this does is it helps your nail bed kind of dehydrate a little bit. And I even do it on the tips of my pads of my fingers too, because I'm going to be touching stuff. I'm going to be touching the nails. And so in essence, it's making me ashy on purpose. All right, so let me throw that away. Okay, and now I have this pH balance stuff. It's a pH bond. I don't know what it dehydrates. I got this back when I was using a different brand. They have all kinds of brands of these little pH bond things or dehydrators. It's just a little liquid and I just run it on each finger. Hopefully you can see okay. Again, I don't have the camera set up for somebody who does nails all the time. My camera set up, or my phone set up, is for eating. But sometimes we just got to be rebellious and try something new. I'm probably going to have to aim this up a little more. I thought I did it already, but it didn't go up as much as I needed it to. Okay, now, we'll go pinky, ring finger. I use this table in my living room for eating and stuff. And so what I have, I have a little piece of plastic here. I have some, I bought some disposable cutting boards. And so I just pulled off some of that. So I have it underneath my towel so that way whatever I get doesn't get onto my actual table, hopefully. Okay. Acrylic liquid. Now we're ready for the acrylic liquid. So I have this little bowl because I had a different kind before. I've been watching some people and several of them like this brand called Young Nail. Don't get it because I don't know if it's good or not. Some people like it, but like I said, since I've never used it, I can't tell you if it's good or not. So do not buy something just because Terry said she uses it. All right, so we're just going to put a little bit in there. The thing is, we're not using a lot because we are not making nails, okay? We're not in a salon making a thick coating of plastic, of acrylic nail. That's not what we're doing. What we're doing is using enough to make this nail stick. So I'm going to start with the pinky nail, and I've got a brush here, and I hope you can see me. Come on, fella, come up just a little more. Ooh, that might be a little too much. All right, so I'm going to take my little brush and make sure it's good to go. I'm not sure which I want where. I guess I'll put that there, not there. So I'm going to dip my brush in there. I'm going to tap it a couple times, and then I'm going to touch it, and I'm going to touch it, and I'm going to touch it. We're going to do 3 touches. Now what I'm doing is I am putting acrylic inside this nail. I don't know if you can see that or not. This is a pretty quick dry nail, acrylic, based on what I've read about it. I'm filling in about up to where my finger is. I'm going to put just a tap, teeny tiny bit more at the cuticle, just to make sure I have extra. And now you go in with the nail at a 45-degree angle, and you slide it up under your cuticle and then push down. You don't push down hard because you're not like trying. Wait a minute, let me make sure I got straight. Hold up, half the time I get them crooked. All right. You don't try to, you're not supposed to like smush it down. You're just supposed to kind of give it a nice gentle hold. And then what one lady did, and I really like this, I've been doing this. If you have cheap nails, which these are cheap nails, you take a little acrylic and you put it underneath here, just right on the underside. What is that doing? It is giving this nail some thickness. The fancy expensive nails, they are thicker. Not that thick, but they're thicker where these are thinner. So this is giving it more support in that breaking area that's like right in here. And so I'm going to give just a touch more since this is clear. The one I used, other brand that I had is white so I could see it. But all I'm doing is putting just a little bit underneath that nail. So that's how we're going to do this today. I'm going to go ahead and dip it and make sure, I kind of give it another swipe. I'm going to check out this side. I don't have any like outflow of acrylic. So now let's go to our next nail. And I don't know if you'll be able to see this. I'm going to try to wiggle it around. Inside of this nail, the lower part is where I etched it. I wish I could get a shadow. If you can see it, it's I think it's blurry. It's more matte down here and shiny up top, and that's because we etched it. So, hang on, I got a dog. She goes outside and she forgets how to come back in. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna tap it 3 times, and then I'm gonna collect it 3 times. Okay, 4 times. Now I put it in here. I feel like I need a little more of the powder. Let me call my dog just a second. Callie! All right. So again, I'm just tapping it. I'm filling it out. And actually, if I'm going to be having to add some more later, I'm going to put a little more up top too. I'm just going to kind of extend it. So that way, what I'll have is it'll already be there, and then I can smooth it out. So I'm just making sure I get it all the way out to the edges a little bit. And that's how it's looking. I'm sorry, I don't know what you can and can't see, but okay, so carefully flip it over. And again, you're going to push it up under that cuticle pretty tight. and then bring it down and hold it. I'm not pushing, I'm basically resting my finger on here, and oh wait, is it straight? Hey, all right. I think this style is called coffin nails. I could be lying, but I think they're called coffin nails. But then you look and see if you have any extra acrylic out there, and I'm not seeing any. I'm gonna push down just a little bit harder. So that is how they're looking so far. It's hard to get them to look straight for y'all. But anyway, so, oh, shoot, monkey, hang on. I don't want that to be clumped under there. So now I'm just taking this liquid and kind of spreading that out a little better. I'm going to kind of push on it a little bit, give it a little pressure. There we go, that's better. I'm going to take this little scraper here, and I need to see it under the light. I'm sorry, give me just a second. What I'm doing is I'm making sure that between my nail and the acrylic, there's space. I hate when I glue nails on and then they're like stuck to my fingertips. So that's what I'm doing, is just kind of making sure it's not like adhered. I don't think I got enough under there. So give me just a second on the pinky. I feel like it needs more underneath there. Remember, this is the first time I've done this, so if you're one of those people that have done this for life, don't be all judgy McJudgerson. All right, so we got 2 of them done. Now, let's go for our middle finger. All right, so tip that in there, get that good and wet. And getting my bead, and I'm plopping it down in there. I want another bead. Again, we're doing it kind of a lot because we want it to go up that nail, because I want mine to go up the nail. I'm not trying to get it thick and junky though, but I just want to make sure there's enough acrylic. And again, I'm rubbing it along the sides, making sure I get it all the way out to the edges, so that way it's going to be out to my side walls. Okay. So now we take this, and again, we slide it up under our cuticle, and then we hold down. Make sure it's straight. Yep, that's straight. Okay. Now I'm going to take this and kind of clean out underneath here, because I want to keep that acrylic under there. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this whole hand together, and then I'll do the other hand off camera. Now I do see a little bit of acrylic on the bottom of this one, so I'm taking this edge right here, and I'm just running it along the back. Seeing if there's any on the side. Nope. Okay. There's those 3. When we're done, we are definitely cutting these down. I don't know if I said it already, but I'm telling you now. All right. Now we're going to get a big old bead, or a couple beads, whatever we got to get. That's a big old chunk. That's all right. So now I just want to get to drop in there. And now I'm going to kind of spread it around. Again, I want it to go quite a bit up the nail, because I want that extra support at the place where your free edge of your natural nail is, and you know, where if you wear nails where things want to break. So I'm brushing it out to the outer edges and to the back. All right. Now we're going to go to our pointer finger. I usually get my pointer fingers crooked, so give me a second. I think that. Yep, it's going to be crooked. All right. Now I'm just going to hold it in place. About 20, 30 seconds. make sure. Yeah, that's straight. By the way, I ain't going to tell you how these are doing in this video because I have a video I record every single day on my channel. So today, whatever day this is, whatever date it says that this video is listed, like on this, whatever day it was uploaded, check back in a week and then check back in 2 weeks. That's what I got to say. And see if these are still on. If they're not on, you know it didn't work. I do chew on my nails as it is. I chew on my nails and my cuticles, and so I'm kind of that person. So again, I'm just kind of scraping it between the acrylic and my nail so it's not stuck to my skin. I hate that feeling of it being stuck to my skin. And using my finger seems to help, actually, doing that way. Kind of helps spread it out a little bit. All right, we have one more, and then I'm going to do the other one off camera, and then we're going to cut the heck out of these jobbers. All right, pick it up. Now my thumb, you know, your thumb's big. It's going to take a lot of powder. I'm going to have to do that amount twice, I would bet you. And then pick up some more. Alright, so now I'm just kind of, again, rubbing it sideways out to the edges because you want to make sure you don't have any space without the acrylic. And it doesn't, this isn't seen, so you're not trying to make it pretty and perfectly smooth. This is just the glue that's holding our nail on. Oh, tear. Double check and make sure there's no fur on it. All right. So now, let's again go in at a 45-degree angle, push under that cuticle, and push down. Now, give me a second to line it up here. All right. So that's lined up, and now I'm going to hold it still. So, however long it takes. Something I always hear people talk about is you should do your nails before you go to bed. So, like, my dogs are restless because it's past their bedtime. And so, okay, so I have a little bit of acrylic still on here. So I'm running this around just gently. You don't have to work hard at it. You're not, you know, it's not dry. You're just scraping off. It's about the texture of, you know how you buy, you can buy things in the store and they have just like this little, you pull something off, it has a little gummy texture. That's how it feels. So that is our left hand. Again, too long, but now I'm going to pause and do my other hand, and I'll get back with you for the rest of it. All right, so here we are so far. What I did was, I have the last set that I used. All I did, I'm telling y'all, if you want me to put the link, if you say something in the comments to remind me that you would like the link to the nails that I bought, let me know, because I can definitely post them. And if anybody does, I will tag them in the top, like I'll pin that top comment. But anyway, so this is the ones I just had with the little leaves on them. And then these are the ones I'm doing now that are this kind of, I don't know, whatever, a lighter shade of maroon. And then these were like the decorative ones. So what I think I might do just for grins is hang on to all these, and maybe someday I'll feel like doing something fancy with them. You know me, I ain't that fancy, but I might decide to be one day. So I'm going to put all these in here, and I'm just going to save them up every time. So, all right, so I'll get these put up. Next up, all we're doing is shaping them. So, like I said, I do not want them this long. Just for context, that's how it is underneath. So, I don't know if this is going to work or not, but this is my dog's nail cutters. So let me get you up here a little closer. And I'm going to just kind of pick a guesstimate length. And I'm going to hope for the best. Let me look at this side here. All right. Yeah, that'll be good right there, that length. So I'm going to go through, kind of hold the other up together a little bit. Okay. All right. So far, so good. I'm scared I'm going to like crack it or split it or something, but so far, so good. With that acrylic on there, it might be a little bit, it might get that way. It might split it, but we're going to find out. And some of them might be a little too long, might be a little too short, but that's all right because I have a metal file that it's not a file. It's what you're supposed to use on your feet, like your heels. Wait a minute, I'm missing one. Where'd that booger go? I don't know where it went. I'll step on it later when I'm barefooted. All right, so now I'm going to do this hand. Give me just a second. All right, so there's all the little tips. I'm not somebody who's like, oh, they need to all be even. And it's a good thing because I cut them all kinds of different lengths. So just to get them kind of to a manageable length, like I'm just going to kind of look at, like this one is a little too long. There we go. So I'm going to take this foot file. Okay. Basically what I'm trying to do is to get them straight across. I got it. Here's, I know, if you've never seen my videos before, hi, my name's Terry and I got issues. But I need my thumbs and my pointer fingers to be realistic so I can type at work. And so I can wipe. I can't have it be too long because I gotta be able to handle business. So for what that's worth. So because I've done them not short. And that's just too hard, man. That's just too hard. But again, I'm just using this to kind of get it to the length I want. And then I'll use a better file. Oh, I got this one all kinds of not straight. So yeah, let me get these last four and I'll be right back. Okay. So by the way, I took my brush and it is in my other room, soaking in a little jar like this, a little container like that. And it is soaking in just pure acetone. So that's what it's soaking in. Now, I have them to the length that I want them. So now I'm just going to, I don't want them to be perfectly square. I want them to be square with a little bit of a curve. So kind of like that. So I kind of clean off the top here and then kind of go in and get that corner a little bit. If I feel like it's too thick, which this one is for sure too thick, and I'll show you in just a second. Now, first I want to get them all shaped. Then we'll go in with the drill because, oh my, I need to look at them this way for a minute, y'all. I'm going to go in with the drill and I'm going to clean out the some of that excess acrylic that we did underneath. So I'm going to go down and make sure I get the side walls of my nails. Hang on. If I'm going to shape them, get the side walls of my nail to make sure that they are not hanging out from these nails. So I might be filing them a little too thin, but that's all right. So I'm just going to, again, just get my side walls of my nails so that way they blend in better. And get the side walls, and I want them straight with a little bit. I like what they call that, squoval, like square, no, scround. We're going to call it scround. So I like it square with rounded corners. That's my preference. Right now, I feel like the acrylic may not be like all the way set underneath the tips. So you'll notice when I'm filing, I'm putting a finger on top of it just to give it a little extra support so it doesn't fly off. I know, again, I know it's not perfect for you to view because of the angle I'm at. Something I think, I don't know, I know people look at nails and they're like, honey, those don't look real. And that's okay. But I at least, I at least want, I don't know, I like to make them look as real as they could. So here I've got this one a little stuck to my skin here. But so I don't mind when my nails are a little off, like from one to the other. I feel like that kind of gives them more of that natural nail look, even though people can look and tell they're not natural. I feel like that kind of gives it a little bit of a natural look. So like I said, right now we're just shaping them. And then I'm going to shape this hand and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm satisfied with the length of them. So next up, I have a drill. I don't use this for the top of my nails. Some people love it on their cuticles. I don't use it on my cuticles. I'm too paranoid or on my nail beds. I'm too paranoid to use this on my nail beds. So just know that, you know, some people do. I just don't. I use this for underneath my nails. So sometimes I use this one. Okay. I don't know if you can see how thick that is. That is definitely one that needs to be cleaned out. So I take it and I go, and let me just look. Nope, still needs more. Sometimes I have to just keep wiping it off so I can see where I'm at with it. Yeah, I honestly like nails that are a little on the thicker side, but I don't want them so thick that they're gross. So I think I'm okay with that thickness right there, but I'm going to clean it up in the end with a metal file. So I'm just going to kind of touch it to them all and just kind of, ooh, Lordy, see how thick that one right there is? Yeah, I'm going to make it a little higher, a little faster. And then I just touch it. I have to look down at it, so I know you all can't see it. But I'm looking down at it so I can watch the drill as it goes against that acrylic. Because what I'm looking for is I don't want it to like shave off all the acrylic and then mess up the actual nail, you know, the press-on nail. So I use this to do like the free edge area. So the free edge is everything above your finger. So I use this. So see how that's thinning out more now? I use this one for that area. In a minute, we're going to switch to the metal one because I use that one more down around the base of, like at the base of the free edge. I'll show you that in a minute. Okay. Now I have to do my other hand. It's always hard doing my main hand because, you know, I kind of have to hold things and angle things so I don't lose, because I do not have as much control with my left hand as I do my right hand. So make sure you don't let it like rub up against your skin like I just did, but that's as much as I'm going to do there. All right, so now I'm going to do my pointer finger. What happens sometimes is I lose control and it goes, and so then that's going to scuff up the top, which I don't want to do. So that's why I try to be real careful and hold it really tight with one hand. Okay, that's good. That one's good. That's going to need some cleaning up. Like I said, just don't hold it against your skin, because instead of getting rug burns, you're going to get sanding burns. So like I said, this is not the first time I've done press-on nails. This is not the first time I've used acrylic on press-on nails. But typically what I do is I use glue to put them on. Hang on. Typically, I use glue to hold them on, and then I put acrylic under the free edge. But this time I just did acrylic from the get-go. So now I'll show you where I'm going to be trying to get. So this is going to be, I'm going to hold it this way and show you. Now I want to get down closer to the actual skin. So I want to use this one because it's pointed. So I'm going to go down in there. Hopefully you can see what I'm talking about. Just down in there. That's where I'm trying to get to. So I'll use this metal one because it's tiny enough. All right. So again, I'm going to brace my finger. And right now I'm just trying to get out any excess that is down under that free edge area. Down around the cuticle. Or not the cuticle, I'm sorry. Down against my natural nail. And I leave this some stuff sometimes. It's not a big deal. But I'm just trying to get it to where it's not going to annoy me. Okay, this is the before. I don't know if you can see up under this one right there. That's the before. See, there's a bunch of white, just excess thick white acrylic there. And that's after. I'm hoping you can see the difference. But that's what I'm doing right now, is just going through and cleaning out from under the nails. And this little pointy thing allows me to get down there. Whereas earlier, the bigger one, it was giving me, sanding burns, sanding burns, file burns, whatever, because I couldn't get it down in there. So that's how the underneath of them are looking. So I'm going to finish the other nails and I'll be right back. Okay. Please know I am not a perfectionist, but that is the underneath side of my nails under each one of them. And see, look, they're not even the same length, but I don't care. Like I said, as long as this one's short enough that I can wipe my tail in, I'm good with that. And my attention span gets kind of shortened. So sometimes I chew on them or get mad and file them. So now I'm just taking a softer file and I'm just kind of smoothing everything out. This is not a buffing file per se. It don't even say one's 100 and one's 180. So this back side is 180. So I'm just kind of doing that to kind of soften up any rough edges that are still around that might not have gotten done. So, yeah. Like I said, I'm not perfect, but I've just started doing these. So I'm not, practice makes perfect, baby. So I will tell you what today's date is. And what is it? Today's October 10th. So 10/10 is today's date. And that is how they look. I'm satisfied. I think they're fun. And yeah, so now I'm going to call it quits. Now for me, one of the tests, I like to take it, just kind of rub it against my shirt and see, okay, wait a minute, something just caught it a little bit. So that's kind of my test. Okay, thumb's got just a little something there. There's just a little ting. Just a little thing, a little ting is what I call it, a ting. Something sticking out. It's like a little jag. Little jag that needs to be jigged. Okay. Yeah, so that's good. So there they are, and you can see how thin they are. I've got the acrylic under them, but that's the tips of them. And hang on, let me show you from the side. Let me see if I can get it from the right angle. That's my thumb. And there's my pointer. And there's my middle finger. And there's my ring. Come here, fella. It's hard to, I'm looking at the camera to see, but there, okay, there. And then, you see this right here? Do you see this face that keeps popping up? That one right there. He's the one that wants me to go to bed. It's past his bedtime. He's not a happy camper. It is almost 8 o'clock. So there you go. Now I'm going to go ahead and wash my hands. And that's my job. So like I said, it's August 10th. So you look at any of my videos on my channels. I record a video about what I'm eating every day. So August, what's 2 weeks from August 10th? Whatever 2 weeks from August 10th is. 10, so 14, so August 24th. So you'll watch August 24th will be 2 weeks, but then that video comes out August 26th. So September. What the heck is it? October? So October 26th will be exactly 2 weeks. So if you want to see in 14 days, that's where they'll be October 26th, because that will be from October 24th. So, all right. I'll see you later. Thanks for hanging out with me. It was a fun adventure.